Kris Ferris here, featured artist, and today we are in the Creative Center in Greensboro, North Carolina, and tonight Matt Affair is going to be playing right here on the stage, so we thought it might be a great place to do the interview. We like to give it a little bit different look every now and then. So, we have Valerie, Eric, and Garth. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Nice to have you guys here.
Thanks so much.
I saw your fabulous ride. I like that very much. No, that is very band-like to me.
Because it's falling apart.
An Astro band? Is that?
I don't know what you're talking about, falling apart.
Hardly. Nothing important, at least.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things you don't have to worry about if somebody steals or runs into it or whatever.
Gets mad, keys it.
There you go.
That's just,
yeah, it just adds to
It's
the
a giant
character.
blue band from what year?
88.
88.
yeah.
Conversion band.
Can't stop it.
Only way to roll and stop.
I'm envious. I want it.
Captain's chair.
You won't trade with me, though. So let me first ask you guys. I'm a working musician. Is this a full-time gig for you? Is this what you do mostly to make your living?
Mostly, we all have little other side things. I wait tables part-time. I also play bass for a burlesque gig, usually like once a month, and that brings a little extra. So I mean, we all
Really?
pick up a little here and there.
A burlesque gig.
Yeah, they need music too.
Yes, they do need music.
Eric said, I'm practicing, and at practice, women are, removing articles of clothing. I must have made it. You know what I mean?
It's a motivational kind of thing, I'm sure, right?
Definitely in the right spot.
At some point in life, I went in the right direction.
Rascals, yes.
Rascals.
How about you?
I do this all the time. I mean, it's, I have, definitely, it's, yes.
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 The short answer is yes.
Yes. Short answer, yes.
Garth, you too?
Yeah, sometimes I do little solo acoustic gigs, but this
Right.
is what my most all attention gets focused on this project. So, pretty
We're
much
going for broke. So.
feels like I'm working at it
Yeah.
24/7. It's kind of like the thing. It's always something to do.
Yeah, and it really is. You put in a tremendous amount of work to have just a little bit to show for it. So you just keep trucking until you keep building your body of work.
Yes.
So
Well, I was going to ask you, how much of a challenge is it to make a living, playing, especially original music?
Yeah, at this point, like with any project, we're really a new band. We started about 2 years ago and immediately played a few shows and really started to jive and get a lot of songs written down. We were like, before we hit the road, let's stop, let's go in the studio and let's record an album. That way when we hit the ground, we're running.
Yeah.
So we kind of took, we played for about 6 months and then took a year roughly to go in the studio and record the album at our own pace as we could make the money because we funded the whole thing ourselves. And then after the album was done, we've been together about a year and a half, and then we've been playing for a little less than 6 months now, like really playing out. So we're still pretty new, and as with any other project, it's always harder in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I feel like once we hit
Yeah.
a bunch of different markets, which is part of the reason why we're really interested in coming up to Greensboro too. After your invite, Greensboro, we have a lot of friends here. We really want to kind of create a nice, welcoming market in this area too. But we found that usually about the second time we play a place, our crowds double, and the word spread a little bit more. So we're walking uphill right now, but it's getting easier every step.
It is.
So was there some intention then to kind of play first, get kind of tight, and then do the
Take
CD?
it slow. It's important. I think it's important to take a pause, to have reflection, and to just go at the pace that's natural. But at the same time, you're still, you're a duck. You're cool in the water, but you're just, you're paddling underneath as fast as you can.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a lot to be said for that. That we, kind of took our time and to get, because we just started really coming out to tour and everything in just the last couple of months.
All right. So, how did you get started? Where did this all begin?
Well, we've all kind of known each other for a while. I've known Val for about a decade now. I met Garth about 4 years ago, something like that. And we were in a band before this called The Lasting Happiness.
You too?
Actually, me and Val were in the very beginning. It was like a 6-piece rock band. And towards the very end, we had a lot of lineup changes. And Garth was actually our final lead guitar player in the final lineup of the band. And that was mostly.
And you made the cut. You're still here.
We held on to him.
Yeah.
But we were doing most mostly covers with that band, and we played a lot of festivals, some weddings and things like that, but that was kind of a fountain of original music, so we had to
a fountain.
let the cork out, if you will, and
Yeah.
split apart, and we really wanted to do a more simplistic, intimate project. You know, so we decided to switch it to a three-piece acoustic act, and you know, because we really wanted to capture the vibe of like hanging around in the living room or a campsite, you know, and kind of the thing that brought us all together in the beginning. We really wanted to get that. So basically half of that band split off, and you know, I switched from electric bass to stand-up bass to get more of that.
For this project, he actually switched instruments, which you'd think that would be an easy transition, but it's really, really complicated, is from what I can see. But
yeah, they've seen me learning to use it, and
I would be
He does
so
great.
lost on
Awesome.
a fretless instrument.
Exactly,
Like
exactly.
every half note that ever possible.
Right.
it
Probably.
really makes you connect a lot more with your musical intuition, and that's something I had to learn. You
So
don't have to
it's
say
a new
the
muscle,
frets.
mind muscle thing,
group
right?
and everything too, you know,
Yeah.
rather than playing like this. So it was
Yeah.
a big challenge, and well, I don't even want to talk about the bow. You know, I'm still working on that one, but yeah,
Which
yeah,
I love the bow, and I will be incorporating it into lots of songs.
So were you trepidatious or nervous at all about going from rock to honey pop?
No.
And,
it all seemed really natural.
Yeah.
We're all music lovers, and the thing is, when you love music in every genre. It's just a matter of, you know, what are your favorite bands, or what's your favorite sound for that genre.
Sure.
So, you know, we're music lovers, and just, I look forward to, you know, seeing how our sound continues to develop, and this is just sort of the first songs that kind of came out of us. So
Yeah, there was never any conscious discussion
wasn't a discussion about it.
what we wanted things to sound like, or what general, you know, like mood we were going for, beyond just like the separation of each song, and it was just us being natural and playing what came to heart when we were just jamming with each other.
So there's no concern in your mind, I mean, everything that's playing on the, well, I don't know, I don't listen to as much radio as I used to listen to. The genre of music you're doing, it's well accepted? I mean, there are lots of places that want to hear it? Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the things that I love about what we do. We actually made the decision that, you know, we wanted to, I mean, for a lack of better terms, keep it PG, because we want people to, we want to be inclusive with the
I'm all
music.
for that.
And the fact,
Accessibility.
yeah, people tell me that they play it and their 3-year-old or their 8-year-old wants to hear it over and over again. You know, of course we have, but then at the same time, it's all ages. Like our music, and my grandpa likes my music, you know, likes our music, you know, that sort of thing. So
Try not to drop any F-bombs, you know, keep it family.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, just keep it as family friendly as
I was just getting
possible.
ready to say, he's the quiet one, and then he comes up, you know, right at the right moment, yes.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. When we were setting up earlier here this afternoon, we had some girls from Elon College here, and I had your CD playing in the system, and I turned it down because they were taking a tour, and the girls are like, oh, no, turn that back up, who is that? I mean, so that was a kind of interesting little moment for me, that it doesn't seem to have an age group, apparently.
it doesn't.
And that's the weird thing too. You mentioned that story. We actually had a friend just contact us on Facebook, said he was pulling into his apartment complex. Actually lives right up the road here, and with windows down, beautiful outside, just jamming our CD. And he got out and shut off his car, and someone ran up and was like, "Hey, I hope I'm not bothering you, but can you please tell me what was just playing in your car?" You know. And I actually had that happen to me when we first got the CD back. So it's like, that is, as weird as it is to me, a very common
It helps me know
occurrence.
that our audience is just right there. So, you know,
Yeah,
we just
you're-
got to keep picking up
You're on the
fans.
pulse,
Right,
apparently. Yeah.
right, and that makes me happy. People tell me that like the album is, you know, a nice, relaxing album, and it is very, which is also very good. So, yeah.
So how does the songwriting work then? You are obviously the lyricist mostly?
Yes, I'm the lyricist, and I come up with the basic, just you know, the
Melody.
basic chords and melody,
Mhm.
and then I bring it to these guys, and they basically tell me, like, okay, it needs more, it needs less, we need this dynamic change, and we kind of come up with the final arrangements and everything together to make sure. Like, I've actually written a couple of new songs recently, and Garth is like, all right, that's really good, but it needs more. You need more parts to it, and you know, that sort of thing. So that's kind of how it works. But so basically, bring it in, and then we flesh it out. So.
Do you guys write?
Not really a whole lot, you know, dealing with Valerie. It's just like if there's always something new.
She's already got it. It's like too easy, right?
Between Eric and I, you know, like we have, you know, like a lot of experience playing in bands, like, you know, for a decade apiece, right?
Yeah.
And so now we have this, you know, it's like, and we never really play this kind of music, but we kind of do understand, you know, music a little bit. So when we're going through, and it's not even really necessarily even changing the songs as much as just, you know, hey, in this part, let's switch this dynamic up, or let's, you know, let's do this, let's do that, you know, and, you know, the melody's really good there, let's, you know, emphasize that, you know, and that's, you know, and so it's really just kind of fleshing it out, you know, like with
They're very grounding to me, because I've, you know, like they said, I've always got like a lot of ideas, and I'm going in a lot of directions, so they really help me say, let's pick this one, and let's pick this one, and just, okay, here's how we're going to do it, you know, that kind of thing, so they're sort of the rock, so.
Well,
yeah.
What I appreciate about your sound, to me, as a musician, less is more, especially in music. It needs lots of room to breathe. If you cram 15 instruments and 12 vocals on a track, it just sounds like everything is just jammed on top of each other. And I like the sound that you guys get. So no matter what your backgrounds are, you interpret the music well.
Yeah, that part of it actually was a conscious decision. You know, one of the hardest things as a musician, I'm sure you know, is restraint. I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about.
They say music isn't the notes, it's the space between the notes, right?
Well, that's, yeah, but I think it takes a certain maturity to reach that understanding.
It's like trying to tell someone, okay, now play it tasteful, and explain what that actually means. Okay, now just whatever you're going to play, just play it really tasteful. There's no real way to put your finger on what that is. When you hear it, you know what it is. But it's like, so how do I do it in real time? You know, that just comes with time too. You know?
And I've been told, and I tell other people nowadays, that the louder a band is, the more mistakes they're trying to cover up usually.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree. That's another big thing too about our sound, is I feel that's one of the things that I appreciate, is I feel that music should add to an atmosphere and be sort of a frame for an atmosphere. So if you come to listen to music, you know, you can hone in on it, or it can just be something very pleasant as you have a conversation, and that's kind of one of the things I like too, is I feel like we've just kind of got an elegant sound that people can hone in on and really, really, really enjoy. Or if we're playing, it just doesn't have to be at a really high, you know, it's not rock and roll, so it's, you know, we can bring it down some, and it's just this, I always tell sound guys when we go play places, set us up like a jazz group. We're not a jazz group, but set us up that way.
Well, as a singer, I would imagine that's an advantage for you. You don't go home with a hoarse voice or ringing ears or any of that stuff.
It's true. And
come on, guys, rock and roll days, you know, that was a sign of your prowess, you know. I can't talk, but I had a great gig. You know?
Exactly.
Well, I'm very committed to being a vocalist, and so, you know, not having to compete is I'm not going to lie, it's refreshing to be able to,
I can imagine.
to be able to actually hear, and, you know, so it's nice.
I woke up, I was not myself.